Very cautious now.
That's
And
true.
we have to save the country somehow.
I think that's the reporting is coming out that behind the scenes, someone like a Hakeem Jeffries and Senator Schumer have spoken to the president and have explained to him that he has a great legacy to stand on. He's done a lot of wonderful things for the country, but it's time for him to pass the baton, much like Nancy Pelosi passed the baton to Hakeem Jeffries. I will say this, it's his decision to make. It seems to me that these behind the scenes meetings that should be private are being leaked intentionally to sort of force his hand. I think that's disrespectful to the president. I think it's disrespectful to the office.
Oh yeah, you constantly complained from 2016 to 2020 when negative stories about Trump were leaked. Oh wait, never mind. You gladly reported all of them while leaving snail trails all over the studio floor, you blind race-baiting scumbag.
Even if he doesn't drop out, I think we have to understand that there's a binary choice. There is a threat, an existential threat to democracy on one side and Joe Biden on the other.
Right.
So he still has my vote because he has Vice President Harris right next to him who is ready to step into the role of president. God forbid something happened to Joe Biden. So I still think, you know, Democrats, instead of throwing Joe Biden under the bus, need to start talking more about the Republican program, which is Program 2025. And I implore all of you who have not read it, Project 2025. It is 900 pages. It is not the easiest thing to get through, but it is the scariest thing you will ever read. It is a very dark vision of America, and that is exactly...
They're not throwing him under the bus.
Sonny read the Project 2025 so carefully that she can't even remember the name of it until her producer corrects her in her earpiece, and she has to read the name off of her cue card.
Candidate Donald Trump is the imperial wizard in some circles. They love him so much. And the guy is going to be 80 in 2 years, isn't he? And he falls asleep wherever he is.
But that's my point, it's the opposite.
The guy conks out in the middle of everything.
The guy who got shot in the head stood up and yelled, "Fight," conks out all the time. Lady, we have eyes. Good luck with that narrative.
People staying home. People staying home instead of voting.
This is all I have to say about that. He was my nominee. Everybody said, you can't change a nominee. You can't take you-know-who off the ballot because he's the chosen nominee. I feel the same way. And how dare you make this decision for me? If you want to know what I think as a Democrat, somebody should ask us, as opposed to telling us what they're going to do. Now, I'm just getting over COVID again.
Whoopi got COVID again? Where the hell does she hang out? She gets COVID 3 times a year. I also find it adorable that Whoopi Goldberg doesn't realize that Democrat elites care nothing about what their voters want. Dumbass. Hillary Clinton stole the 2016 primary from Bernie Sanders. This year's the DNC and the media ostracized and buried RFK Jr. and Dean Phillips, both of whom were running because Joe Biden's too old. And you and your program crapped all over them, called them liars and conspiracy theorists, and now it's come back to slap you in the face.
Kamala, if she is leapfrogged and there's just some open convention, no Democratic nominee can win without the black vote. Black women will not support Kamala Harris being looked over. Why? Because she is ready, overlooked. But she is ready to be the president. She's been in the Oval Office with him. She's been in the Situation Room with him. How dare people suggest that she is incompetent?
But isn't this a
How dare people?
Just to be clear,